Hello friends, welcome to the new session of the statistic. Today we are going to learn chapter number 3 of your part 1 in statistic, that is linear regression. As we have studied chapter number 1 and 2 in the virtual classroom, today we are going to learn chapter number 3. Today we will see which are the formulas of chapter number 3 and which are the sums are going to be asked in the board exam. Your chapter name is linear regression. First of all, you have to find regression line y on x. You can see here regression line y on x is given. So what is the formula of regression line y on x? Y cap equals to a plus bx. So these are the steps you have to follow, and then you have to write the formula, and then we will solve the sums. Let's see. Step number 1, find the mean of variable x and y. So in step 1 you have to find the mean of x, that is x bar, and y, that is y bar. In step number 2 you have to find the regression coefficient by using formula. What do you mean by regression coefficient? We are denoting regression coefficient by p. So in step number 1 you have to find x bar and y bar. In step number 2 you have to find b, that is regression coefficient. But what is the formula to find b? So there are basically 3 formulas, and the fourth one is almost similar, but one thing is to be added. So step by step we will learn these formulas. First formula is to find b if mean are the perfect integer. Perfect integer means if you are getting x bar as 10, 20, 22, 23 non-decimal, you are getting x bar as non-decimal, then that is perfect integer. So at that time we will find b by sigma x minus x bar into y minus y bar upon sigma x minus x bar the square. This is the formula to find b, that is regression coefficient, when the mean is perfect integer. Now we will learn the another formula if the variables are less than 30. You have to keep these in mind, that variables are less than 30. If these variables are less than 30, then what is the formula to find b? B equals to n sigma xy minus sigma x into sigma y upon n sigma x square minus sigma x the whole square. This is the formula you have to learn anyhow. You have to learn this formula. First formula is when mean are perfect integer. X bar y bar, x minus x bar, y minus y bar upon sigma x minus x bar square. If variables are less than 30, then n sigma xy minus sigma x into sigma y upon n sigma x square minus sigma x the whole square. If variables are more than 30, that means your variables are more than 30, then what is the formula to find b? N sigma uv minus sigma u into sigma v upon n sigma u square minus sigma u the whole square. Friends, keep one thing on the mind, that we are finding y on x. So that means we are finding b y x. So in denominator you might have noticed only x variables are to be written. In denominator you might have noticed, see, only x variable. Here also only x variable. Here u means x. So in denominator only x variable are to be consider. So here, what is the formula? N sigma uv minus sigma u into sigma v upon n sigma u square minus sigma u the whole square. Now the fourth formula is, you just have to add, that's it. Only you have to add cy by cx. See, at the end, n sigma uv minus sigma u into sigma uv, I am talking about the fourth formula. You just have to multiply cy by cx. Why? Because in the sum, when we have found the sigma u, then in order to decrease those variables, we have divided by some variable, that is cx, and in v we have divided by some number, that is y. So cy by cx you have to do at the end, then and then only you will get the perfect answer. So these are the formulas to find b. There are 4 formulas you have to learn, and then we will solve the step 2. After step 2, you have to substitute, you have to find here you have to find a. After step 2, you have to find a equals to y bar minus bx bar. You have already found the y bar and x bar, and we have got the answer b. So we will find a. A means intercept. So find intercept by using formula. Okay. Apart from this, we will learn, for short sum, there are 2 formulas to find b. b equals to r into sy upon sx. And the second is, when covariance is given in the sum, b equals to covariance xy upon sx square. So you have to learn these 2 formulas also for short sum. And then at the last, you have to substitute the value of a and b. A is intercept and b is the regression coefficient in regression line y cap, which is equal to a plus bx. In sometimes you have been given x, so you have to put the value of x and you have to estimate the y. In this way we will solve the sum. Let's start the sum. Here one sum is there. Information is given in the ball pen and supply of ball pen at the end of month of the year of for a company making ball pen is given below. Estimate the supply of ball pen when the price is 40. When the price is 40, that means at the end you have to keep value of 40 in place of x. That is, here you can see, here in x we will keep the value 40 at the end. Now x average, what do you mean by x average? That is x bar, which is equal to 30 you have been given. Okay, now what is y bar? Which is equal to 500. Now what is variance? Variance means sx square. If you want to find the sx, if you want to find what is sx, so sx equals to, here it is 25. So what will be your sx? Sx will be 5. Similarly here sy square is 10,000. So what will be your sy? Sy will be 100. Okay, your r is given 0.8. So we will we'll solve this sum with the help of this short sum formula, because r is being provided here. See, r has been provided sy upon sx. So we will solve this sum by this formula. So here x bar, y bar is given, sx square is 25. Yes, here it is written. Sy square is 10,000. R is given 0.8. So here they have mentioned, see, sx square is 25. So your sx will be 5. sy square is 10,000, so your sy will be 100, as I have already told you. Now your first step will be find x bar and y bar, but here you have been provided x bar and y bar, so we will not write it again. So my next step will be find b. So what is the formula? B equals to r into sy upon sx. So we will put the value and find b. So I'll get the answer b equals to 16. In this way I have got the answer of b. Now my third step will be find a. So here a equals to, we have learned the formula, a equals to y bar minus bx bar. We will put the value of y bar 500, b 16 and x bar as 30. And in this way we will get the answer a equals to 20. Now my last step will be find the regression line. I'll put the formula of regression line y cap equals to a plus bx, and what I'll do is, what I have found a and b, I'll insert the values in the regression line. After that, in the sum, as I have told you, what is this? Estimate the supply of ball pen when price is 40. Here you have been given x equals to 40. Okay, here price means x. So 40 has been given. You have to find the y cap when x equals to 40. So you can see, putting x equals to 40, we have estimated the y cap. Your answer is 660. See, so when the price of ball pen is 40, the supply of ball pen is 660. You can interpret at the end, if it is asked at the exam, interpret the answer. So in this way you have to interpret. When this price of is rupees 40, the estimated supply is 660. In this way, this sum can be asked for 4 marks. But in 4 marks, generally section E contains 4 marks, so it has been asked from part 2. But from part 1, section F and section D, so this sum might come for 3 marks as well as for 5 marks. Because it is a full-fledged sum, it may come for 5 marks or for 3 marks. Next, a person in the state of South India produce spoon for eatable materials. It can be eaten for use after using it. He launched such spoon for purpose of selling in the state on the experimental level. The following results are obtained for the average price and its demand for the last 6 months. Here you have been provided these values. By taking these values, we can find x bar, we can find y bar, we can also find b, we can also find a, and we can estimate the price of the spoon. We can estimate the demand when the price of spoon is rupees 10. Let's start the sum. Here your first step is to find x bar. So x bar equals to 7.5. Your second step is to find y bar. That is similarly y bar equals to 20.33. Sigma y upon n. Sigma x is given 45. Sigma y is given 122. Your n is given 6. So we will divide this all and we will get the value of x bar and y bar. Now my second step will be find b. So here we will keep this formula because these values have been provided. So I'll insert the values from the question and I'll get this multiplication. After that I'll do the total. I'll get the answer in negative. So my b will be minus 3.05. Doesn't matter, b can be positive or negative. So your b will be minus 3.05. After that, next step is to find a. A is the intercept. A equals to y bar minus bx bar. So we will insert the values, we will substitute the values a, b and x bar, y bar minus b and x bar. After that I'll get the answer 43.21. You can see here by adding I'll get the answer 43.21. After that I'll put the values in regression line, so a and bx. After inserting these values I'll put x equals to 10. Why? Because in sum you have been mentioned estimate the development price is 10. So we have to keep x equals to 10 and we will get the answer 12.71. So at the end we will interpret that when the price is rupees 10, the demand is 12.71. In this way you can interpret at the end. Now we will see another sum based on this concept. Here the electricity generated by windmill manufactured by company. The following information is obtained by recording 5 observations. That means your n equals to 5. See, 5 observation is given, right? And in generation of electricity is this by the unit of the company. Velocity of wind x kilometer per hour. Electricity generation is y watts. You have been given x bar, y bar, xy and sx square. So by keeping this all, we will solve this sum. Here, what I'll do is, I have n equals to 5, sigma x equals to, xy equals to this, x bar is 20, y bar is this and xx is this. So I have one formula which we have already learned, that B equals to covariance xy upon sx square. But how I will find covariance xy? Covariance xy is not given. So another one formula is there to find covariance xy. Covariance xy equals to sigma xy minus n x bar y bar upon n. Okay, upon n. So this is the formula to find covariance. So here what I have done is I have combined these formula by this way. So covariance xy formula as well as sx square. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll put the values. See, these all values I have substituted after multiplication and everything. I'll get the answer this. So your B will be 18.4. Now I got the answer. X bar I have already been given, y bar is given, B I have found. Now A, intercept. So A equals to y bar minus B bar. See here, I'll keep the value, I'll get the answer. A equals to minus 182. Now my next step will be find regression line y cap. Y cap equals to, I'll keep the values. After that I'll put x equals to 25. Why I'll put x equals to 25? Because in sum here it is given estimate the electricity generation if wind is 25 km per hour. So by keeping x equals to 25, I'll get the answer y cap equals to 278. At the end you can write the statement that when the velocity of wind is 25 km per hour, your electricity is 278 watt. Estimated electricity generated is 278 watt. So here in this way at the end you have to write the statement. So friends, I hope you might have understood the linear regression concept. First step is to find x bar, then y bar, then b, then a intercept and then regression line. In this way you have to solve the sum of chapter number 3, regression line. Thank you.